You know, some people talk so much trash that when the truth finally catches up, they have to choke on their own words. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about the self-proclaimed WNBA legend Sheryl Swoopes, who has officially been served the biggest plate of "I told you so" in basketball history. The allegations come just after the sixth-time WNBA All-Star was inducted into the National Basketball Hall of Fame. You know, things weren't always the best, things weren't always easy, but I always found a way to come out on. Now, let's rewind a bit, because this downfall was a long time coming. Sheryl Swoopes had a personal mission to discredit Caitlin Clark before she even stepped foot in the WNBA. She went on record saying Clark was too old to be playing college ball, even though she was literally the same age as every other top pick in the draft. But Swoopes wasn't done there. She said Caitlin would be humbled in the WNBA like she was about to get sent to basketball boot camp instead of lighting up the league. The funniest part, while Swoopes was throwing shade from the sidelines, Caitlin Clark was out here proving that she's the one bringing the WNBA to life. So will Caitlin Clark be a good pro? Absolutely. Will Caitlin Clark come into the WNBA and do what she's doing right now immediately? Absolutely not. Not gonna happen, not on the right. Here's the crazy part. Everyone who's been paying attention already knew Sheryl was lying. Fans saw right through it, players saw through it. The only person who didn't realize that Swoopes was dead wrong, Sheryl Swoopes herself. I was belittled, humiliated, made to feel extremely small. Just because you are a great player doesn't make you. She kept trying to act like Caitlin Clark was some overhyped rookie while ignoring the fact that Clark was out here breaking records left and right. At this point, Sheryl was looking like one of those Twitter trolls that can't admit when they're wrong, doubling down on nonsense even when the proof is slapping them in the face. Like this Stephen A's reply to Sheryl Swoopes that aged well. She ended that Friday night, not that she wasn't in the league to begin with, but she ended that Friday night when she dropped 31 on the Chicago Sky when they were blowing them out. Okay, she ended that Friday night. Angel Reese in the Chicago Sky, who by the way in 11-19 and about 8 games below 500, even though they're still on tie for the 7th seed in the playoffs, or what have you. We'll see what happens with that. But Angel Reese is no longer Rookie of the Year potential winner. That's over. It's going to Caitlin Clark. Let's get that out the way. Did you know that Caitlin Clark is also in a conversation for league MVP? But life comes at you fast, and now Sheryl Swoopes has officially been dropped like a bad mixtape. Sources say her reputation has taken a massive hit, and even the WNBA, which usually loves its old guard legends, isn't interested in defending her anymore. The new wave of stars, they're all rocking with Caitlin Clark. Nobody told you to ignore them. What we're saying is, if you're going to give the Indiana Fever all the credit in the world, how are you going to mention the Indiana Fever without Caitlin Clark's name even coming up? So then after that, Sheryl Swoopes engages in levels of immaturity. There's no way to slice it. I'm not going to insult this champion, this great basketball mind, this phenomenally accomplished Hall of Famer. I'm not going to insult her. All I'm going to say is it was pretty damn immature to come back at me like that. Called me an effing coward because I called you out for not doing your job. So you're on a podcast, that means you don't have to do your job. I mean, the bottom line is this. She engages in a level of immaturity. Let's just call it what it is. Even Sheryl's own generation of players is staying silent because, let's be real, nobody wants to go down with this sinking ship. The hate campaign failed. The receipts are too strong. And at this point, the only thing left for Swoopes to do is either apologize or go full Skip Bayless and double down forever. Former basketball star turned coach Sheryl Swoopes is under investigation following mass transfers from players on her team. Loyola University is looking into the program amid accusations that she mistreated her players. According to reports, 5 members of the team transferred last season, and this year 10 of 12 players asked for releases to transfer. The Chicago Tribune quotes the deputy athletic director stating Coach Swoopes is aware of and will fully cooperate with the investigation. Meanwhile, while Sheryl's out here fumbling her own legacy, guess who's out here winning the Indiana freaking Fever? Thanks to Caitlin Clark's superstar effect, this team has suddenly become the destination for WNBA free agents. Players who once wouldn't have given Indiana a second look are now thinking, wait, you mean I get to play with a player who's breaking attendance records, selling out arenas, and bringing millions of new fans into the league? Sign me up. Indiana's front office is about to have the easiest free agency pitch ever. Hey, you want to win, you want to play in front of actual fans, you want to be part of the hottest ticket in the league. Come to Indiana. NBA made a move today that I think speaks volumes into how they are addressing this situation between Sheryl Swoopes and Caitlin Clark. Well, folks, the hammer is finally dropped. Sheryl Swoopes is officially out. No more cushy analyst gigs, no more riding on her veteran status to spread nonsense. And most importantly, no more unchecked hate campaign against the biggest draw the WNBA has ever had. So will Caitlin Clark be a good pro? absolutely, will Caitlin Clark come into the WNBA and do what she's doing right now immediately? Absolutely not. Not going to happen, okay? I don't know, for the longest time Swoopes was able to get away with her outdated bitter takes because she had that legendary status to fall back on. Oh, she's a Hall of Famer. She must know what she's talking about, right? Wrong. Turns out she was just another ex-player who couldn't stand the fact that the game and its audience had evolved past her era. I am going to give Caitlin Clark her flowers. Yes, I said that. Oh my God. No, and I'm not going to put it together. I'm going to give Caitlin her flowers. Because I think what she has done coming into this league absolutely has brought more eyes, whether you like them or not, but has brought more eyes, more marketing. People just want to watch the game, and they want to talk about it. Even those that don't know anything about it, they talk about it. And I'm not going to give Caitlin her flowers without giving you your flowers. And I heard you gave me my flowers. Oh, I got a little emotional. So I'm also going to return this to you, one, because you deserve it. Thank you, as a Black woman, to watch you walk in your truth regardless of what everybody says, how they feel. Perfect name for this podcast. I love how you just keep proving them wrong, and that's the real issue. Here, Swoopes couldn't handle the fact that for the first time ever the WNBA had a player who wasn't just good but transcendent. A player who could not only hoop but could single-handedly bring millions of fans into a league that had been ignored for decades. And now that Clark's success is undeniable, Swoopes has nothing left but a handful of salty Twitter posts and a career that's officially gone up in smoke. The part that really stings for Swoopes: there's nothing she can do about Caitlin Clark's superior technical ability. No amount of revisionist history, no amount of gatekeeping, and certainly no amount of Twitter. Thanks for watching, and subscribe my channel.